Okay. Okay. So we're good.
Okay, okay, okay.
All right, here we go. We're going back.
Okay, okay.
All right, so we're back, guys. Sorry about that little interesting mishap. But here we are. Let's try this again. That actually wasn't our stream key, so I didn't even need to do that. But you know, never be too careful. Anyways, I'll leave you to Zaxon now. Just tell me when to start the timer.
Okay. I will start the timer since I'm just gonna come out of the options and I'm gonna start the timer like 3, 2, 1, go. And then... All right, so we're just gonna get right into it. 3, 2, 1, go. All right, Big John, you want to start it off? Explain this game a little bit.
All right, so we are here in the Mushroom Kingdom. Now, Force of Habit. Yo, Sonic Spinball. This is that game that we all know and love. Well, I guess a couple of us do anyway. And of course, if you all been following Sonic Spinball over the past, I don't know, ever since Age of the Cube, this game has gone through quite an overhaul on its routing. Forgetting all the emeralds, that's a thing in the past now. And of course, right now, you see Zaxon going for what typically to be only a task-only thing, but with a lot of people who help him.
No, I was so close.
We've been trying to go for the Toxic Cave skip here, which is a literally very, very precise and bouncing movement, which will allow you to bounce all the way up into the first boss arena, skipping all the emeralds in Toxic Caves. Now, of course, if you mess up, you know, it's unfortunate. But for some reason, when you do this, the flippers don't have any hit detection. You can make your way all the way up to the boss, and basically the next to last flipper below the boss, you can hit Sonic in there and just skip all the emeralds. And you can literally clear the stage in a minute now.
Yeah, the trick involves 6 frame perfect pauses, and I got 5 out of the 6, and I missed the last one 1 frame too late. So I was very close to getting it. But that's okay. I'm gonna just be doing the stage regularly now.
Yeah, with the 80%, as it's always been, is just basically the quickest way to get the emeralds. So typically, the only difference between 80% and say max jackpot bonus was you just didn't get all the rings. You didn't have to worry about the bonus stages or the multi-ball stage. So right now, like I said, the current world record held by this guy Zaxon is under 10 minutes now, and that involves getting the Toxic Cave skips. You'll get your emeralds in World 2, which is literally the only level that you need to honestly get emeralds now.
Yep.
And of course, there's a skip in the machine, and of course, there's another skip found, which you'll probably see the latter two as it gets to it. So typically in fashion right now, we're getting all of our Chaos Emeralds in Toxic Caves. And not much of a challenge here. You know, this is a thing that many Spinball runs up done many, many times. Of course, you've never beaten this game. You can just follow along with the most optimal route to get them. Again, fun game. Hopefully, we're waiting for Zaxon to do max jackpot bonus.
Oh man, I don't know about that. Maybe.
Hey, didn't you say you want to race that?
Yeah, that is true. I did wanna race that blind race, but oh man, so close to getting Toxic Cave skip 1 frame away. It's unfortunate.
Yeah, if you're going for 80%, that's like just a thing you do now. Unless you're just crazy like Zaxon. He's the only person crazy enough that I know of that will go for it and grind it all day long.
All right, so all emeralds captured now, so we can get to the boss room.
Yeah. So coming up to our boss fight, and this is where you spam Re. For those who love the Re and all that good stuff.
Oh my god.
Boss fight, pretty simple. The biggest thing about every boss fight in this game is basically don't fall out the boss room. It's frustrating, and sometimes the game can glitch out, and who knows what, you can just die for no reason. The tail can detach itself from Robotnik and other questionable anomalies. But the general thing is to get rid of the tail first, get Sonic inside of him, and then bounce on his head a few more times to take care of him and cause total destruction. So here we go, bouncing. There's a strange little pixel there, and you gotta watch out for that upper little opening there. If you get there, you'll get sent to the bottom of the boss arena, and that's it.
Yeah,
Easy game.
There we go.
Easy game. Anyone could do this game blind. No challenge whatsoever. Of course, one challenge that you'll have to deal with in basically every category, whether you even do a max jackpot or 80%, is the bonus stages. Now, of course, in 80%, you want to lose these as quick as possible. And the launch shot is random. That was a really good first one. And you can shake the table, but again, this is a very, very low friction table, and when the ball starts bouncing crazily, it's trouble. And that's pretty good there. That was like less than about 15 seconds.
Yeah, that was a good bonus stage for sure. And
Yeah.
also just went for a pretty, not the hardest strat, but it is a tricky strat to get fairing shot there, where you can go to the top left of this little section right away, rather than starting at the middle first.
Yeah, that little fairing, what happens if you happen to hit him first, he'll respawn in about 2 seconds. So you can actually cheese it and skip the normal requirement, which is to break the door, or if you can get a lucky bounce off the right side ring, which actually can put you in the Steam Arena, but we kind of avoid the Steam Arena as much as possible. And right there, you're going to see Zaxon doing a pretty common strat in this game, which is a lot of backwards flipper shots. Using, say, the right flipper to hit Sonic to the right. And you do that quite a bit, allowing you to get the first emerald there on the left side. He'll go up and get the second emerald straight up above. And then go to the right side and get the same emerald again with a backward shot, and hopefully maybe a little alternative exit out.
Yeah, I'll try it.
Yeah. See if we get it here. So there's our backward shot. Again, 3 backward shots. Very, very common. And again, you have to press the button A, B, or C to get Sonic up there. And we'll see what happens here.
Alright, come on, Sonic, get up. Oh my god.
Yeah, so because obviously Sonic games are coded flawlessly, he can just go right through that wall there. So there's basically a couple of pictures you can stand on and just spin dash right through the wall and go back here. So ultimately what you want to do is be able to hit Sonic back into the little entrance and skip having to go around. He had to go around the other way, which is okay, you know, the back up. As you see, the game is broken. We have part of the game screen that wants to stay on screen for quite a while. That's all good. Now,
did not want to kill that bottom one there, but
yeah,
unfortunate.
Ooh, yeah. So this boss fight, again, the thing about this boss fight is, since we're playing on the fast speed, I talked about that a little bit, is that you want to kill the rubber heads. The last one always is just a single hit, and optimally you want to kill the first at least. Either the left or right one or the top one on your first 2 ones, just because the last hit is a lot easier when the bottom one is remaining, because you don't really have anything to kind of save you at the bottom. So he's going to do a few extra cycles here to get this. Watch out for the steam. Once you kill 2 of the rubber heads, it gets a little silly because sometimes the platforms will break on you when you land. But
Man.
Thankfully on the fast speed, it don't come and play as much.
I'm getting trolled here by these bounces. Oh my god. And the steam.
Yeah.
Oh, there's still a pixel broken at the bottom of the screen, which is just great.
It's our third commentator here for sure. And this is typical Lava Powerhouse at times. The steam pattern is not consistent whatsoever. The steam usually will only spawn when Sonic is high enough up. You kind of have to maintain his height high enough so that the steam will spawn. But when he gets in that like instant refill pattern, it's just garbage. And eventually you'll get through it like he has. Most people will probably have reset by now because it's just it's just one of those things that nags you in this game, and that's literally an example of Sonic Spinball in a heartbeat. You know, it's just an RNG fest. No matter how good your shots are, there's just certain things like that just bother you.
Yeah, I mean, I had a really good run the other day, and once I got to bonus 3, I lost almost 20 seconds, and it was just like, oh my god. The bonuses can really kill you.
Yeah, bonuses are garbage. And of course, in the max jackpot category, you have to actually beat the bonus stages. So the same way you're trying to wait for a good bounce out, sometimes in the bonus stage, you get that bounce you kind of wish you had in 80%, where it just drains, and then if you happen to die 3 times, that's a reset in the max jackpot category. So But now we move on to the machine, which is kind of what started this whole transition of this game becoming just a broken mess now. So if you haven't seen Sonic Spinball, first of all, as a Sonic viewer, where have you been the past 3 months? So the thing about this level is now it was discovered that you can actually get into the boss room without getting any emeralds in the machine as well. And typically that involves going to the left side of the table. Now it's a little scary because first of all, you have a blind shot. You have a moving platform that you can't really see. You gotta kind of play peekaboo to see where it is. And you'll basically get up there, take care of the first bird. In fact, thanks to Worcester, we got a consistent setup for this. You kill the first bird, you'll jump off, hit the second one, and then we'll do a nice little perfect placement. We'll spin dash off, and then once we hit this last two, we'll hold left or right, and you'll be able to fall right into the boss room and begin killing the boss. Now, as you can see, Zaxon's doing, man, the right side being nice here. Anyone that's played the Spinball knows the right side can be really nasty because you think you can line yourself against the wall, but sometimes the pixel will just knock you off. Now, the thing about any ball skips is that the game does not think you have gotten all the emeralds. So the safety to keep the electrical boom, or whatever you call it, the beam that can save you if you happen to lose Sonic, does not work. It's overwritten by the fact you have no emeralds. This applies to all the ball skips. So falling out is not cool.
Yeah, it would be really bad if I fell out. I'd have to pretty much do the whole glitch all over again.
Yeah, and this particular table, it's going to make you go kind of all the way around clockwise around the level. So once it takes care of both tubes, it's just simply hit Sonic inside again. Another RNG fest here.
Yeah, I got to be careful here because sometimes Sonic just spits out and you have to react fast enough and not have him fall out. But pretty good RNG there. It only took 2 times to get inside and on to the final bonus stage now.
Yeah. So that's pretty cool. So that takes care of level 3, and just when you think this game could not get broken more, it was also discovered of a skip in the next level coming up. A lot of us, a couple of us were playing around with some things. You know, sometimes you just try things and things just work for some reason. So also a skip was found for the showdown level, which actually is pretty. I was probably one of the easy ones, honestly.
Oh yeah,
definitely pretty free, unless you know. I mean, if you miss it a couple times, it's a very easy setup. Once we can get out of the bonus stage here.
yeah. Oh man.
Going for 1/3 clear bonus stages here.
But yeah, this glitch you're about to see coming up, very, very consistent. Just like it's pretty consistent, just like Machine Skip, but even more free, like Big John said.
Yeah. Now, of course, here's one thing to note about this game. Now, typically, 80% runs were usually done on normal speed because the final boss, when you're playing on normal speed versus fast speed, Sonic's movement is, you know, a little slower. Now, what ends up happening is you can normally get multiple hits very easily on the normal speed because you can slow down Sonic, and it's a little bit more challenging to do when you're playing the fast speed. In fact, sometimes you can try to hit the final boss and it'll just go right over him and not even contact him. So what you'll see Zax do is he's gonna make his way up to the boss area, to the ramp that is to the left. So first thing he has to do is clear a path.
I did not get it the first time somehow.
Look at this. See, look, I'm trying to hype you up and you keep messing up.
Man, so much for being free.
Yes.
There we go. Second try.
So what's going to happen is you're going to stand on this little ramp on the edge that you saw him jump on there, and then do a 2-tap off and hold right, and you'll be able to clip into what would normally be a little safe spot in case you kind of fall down for Robotnik, and you go right in there. So it's a pretty easy one to do. The main thing is just clearing a pathway to get up to this area. And of course, once you get in here, same rules apply. If you fall out, you have to work your way back in. The game thinks you haven't gotten the emeralds, all that good stuff. And that was fun having to clip out like that.
Oh my god, that was a bad shot.
So, guys, so the thing is, the first thing you need to do is hit the bottom switch 3 times. That takes away any defense that Robotnik has, first of all. Then you can hit him. It requires 10 hits on top of his head to kill him. And he tries to bonk off the wall on the way around to slow Sonic down enough to get the multiple hits. And of course, you have to beat the timer.
Yeah.
You have a certain time before your socks are smelled.
Oh my god. The worst has happened. I fell out.
Now, see, yeah, unfortunately, the bouncing is very scary on the side. So here's the thing, though. All the hits he's gotten so far do count. They continue to count until if he takes a death, it resets. So he'll have to work his way back up to the boss arena. Whenever you see "Smell My Socks," that means that you have to now, reopen the attack phase again. So if you don't happen to one cycle it, you'll now need to hit that bottom button 5 times. And again, this is kind of challenging because you really don't know when to hit him if you're just playing casual for the first time. You just kind of luck up.
All right.
So of course,
3, 4, and 5. All right, I should be able to finish it off now without another cycle, hopefully.
yeah. Again, this is much harder to do on one cycle on the fast speed, and like I said, it's one of those things where it's pros and cons of fast and normal.
And time will be as soon as I get this final hit on Robotnik, which will be coming up very soon.
It's a little graphic too when Robotnik dies here, so you don't want to hide your kids.
And time. All right. It wasn't awful. It wasn't awful, but
Hey, you beat a game that most people just can't clear anyway.
that's true.
So that is it, man. Robotnik is dead, and that's
Alright, 15,
Sonic Spinball.
57.
All right. It wasn't bad, but
yeah.
Toxic Cave skip, it would have lowered it by a lot. So.
Easy.
We actually had some donations.
Oh yeah, go
Uh,
ahead and read them.
We had $1.23 from Ominous Bagel saying Samari bonus incentive when donation to a JP Sonic CD soundtrack. And we had a $20 donation from Flying Fox saying Sonic C even? Yeah, a D's there too. JP soundtrack. So that brings JP to $40.23 and US to 0.
Wow.
I guess everyone likes Japan.
Oh man. I mean, I prefer the Japan soundtrack, but
Alright, so the setup for CD is going to take quite a while.
Okay.
Probably around 6 minutes, because we have 4 runners. It's a 4-way race. So it's going to take a little bit. So I'm going to leave you guys with some nice chill music. And yeah, let's see you guys when we're ready.